Hello beautiful souls, welcome to another video. If you have been dating a person for a while, or maybe you went on one date or 2-3 dates and somehow you feel they're not texting you back, they're not texting you as often as you would like them to, or maybe they disappear for a while then they come back. So in this video we will dissect these situations to understand why is it that they are not texting you back, so you can understand, and understanding is power, and once you understand it you can finally move on. Okay, so there are two situations we'll be talking about here. The first situation is the situation where he or she has not been texting you for 2 hours. You have texted them, you have messaged them, or you called them, and then for 2, 3, 4 hours you didn't hear from them. So maybe you asked them a question for 2, 3, 4 hours, you didn't hear from them, and you are panicking. And the second situation is a situation where they have actually disappeared for a period of time and then they come back and so on, maybe for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, and then they come back and so on. So you, in the meantime, while you're not seeing them or hearing from them, you're wondering why are they not messaging. So let's start with the first scenario, where maybe you have asked them a question or sent them a message or an emoji, and they are not, it's been 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, and all these questions turning in your head. You're asking yourself all these questions. Now, in case they have not texted you for a few hours and immediately, this is triggering a doubt in you. This is triggering you to feel impatient, overwhelmed. You cannot stop thinking about them texting. You keep checking your phone. What is happening here is now that you have a fear of abandonment. Now you might be saying, no, that is not the case. That is not me. That's okay. But we will talk about why this could be the case. And let's explore why this could be the case. Because once you understand what is happening, you will give yourself a relief and you can move on. Okay. So if there has been few hours and you're waiting for their message, and immediately you start having these doubts in your head, maybe they don't even like me that much, maybe they will never text me back, what if they have found someone better looking, smarter, with more money and so on, maybe I did something wrong at the date, and then you start rethinking everything that you've said, you've done. Oh, I shouldn't have said that thing, it must be that thing that pushed them away, and so on. So this shows that some feelings have been awakened because of the fact that for a few hours you did not hear from them. Now these feelings are actually fear, because all these thoughts that you're thinking, they're showing that there is the fear that they will never come back. They will go and never come back. So this is a fear that you will be abandoned. Maybe you will be alone again, which will then mean that you are not good enough. So it's a fear of abandonment, fear of being alone. Now that you've established that this situation has triggered this feeling of fear inside of you, and you are actually expecting them, by texting you, you're expecting them to reassure you, to kind of put a little bit of peace seasoning on top of that fear that you're having. So every time they're not texting for a while, this fear comes up, and you're expecting them to soothe you, to soothe your fears. You're expecting other people to soothe your fear. And this is not a realistic expectation. The thing is, If you feel this fear inside of you, it is your job to understand that, accept that it's there, that's okay, and then work on it to process that fear. How? Methods that have worked for me immensely are meditation and RTT hypnotherapy. These methods work with your subconscious mind, meaning with your feelings. So you have to find a method that works with your feelings, because you need to reach those feelings and you need to process them and release them. Meaning you need to feel them, understand why they were there in the first place, and then change the reason why you feel this way. Why is it that you feel that someone might abandon you anytime? Why is it that you feel that it must be you did something wrong and they will surely not go back? It always goes back to our childhood. That fear of being abandoned because we are not good enough comes from our childhood. And there was a wound created in our childhood if we felt that way in our childhood. So now we need to heal that wound. We need to actually help that feeling process itself and you release it. And then hypnotherapy, RTT hypnotherapy, and meditation works wonders when it comes to working with your feelings. And it is important to acknowledge that it is not the other person's job to constantly soothe you and constantly give you this confirmation, no, I'm not leaving, it's okay. Every hour they have to confirm to you, no, it's okay, I'm not leaving. Because they cannot, first of all, it is not their job. And secondly, even if they wanted to, they could not remove this fear for you. Only you can do that for yourself. Now, second situation I have mentioned is a situation where you have been dating someone, but they disappear for a period of time, maybe a number of days, maybe weeks, and then they come back. So in the meantime, you're wondering, why are they not messaging me? The real reason why someone is not messaging, because you are not on the top of their list of priorities. Now stay with me. This does not mean, this is very important, this does not mean that you are not good enough and worthy of someone's time and attention. I'll say that again. If they're not messaging you or seeing you for a period of time, days or weeks, this is because you are not their top priority amongst their top priorities. You're lower on the list. However, this does not say anything about you. It just says something about them. We often make it about ourselves. Oh, it's because I'm not good enough. No. This says nothing about you. It says something about them, and you should acknowledge that. Because you don't want someone who did not put you as their top priority. You want someone who did do that. So the only thing this is saying is he did not put you on the list of their priorities. So it says something about him and his choices. It does not mean that you are not good enough or you are not worthy of someone's time. Because you are worthy of someone's time and you are good enough. Now, if you doubt that, if you think, well, it surely is because I am not good enough, because look at them, they're so fantastic. If you're putting other people on this pedestal and you're thinking it's your fault, that means that your feeling of self-belief, your feeling of self-worth is low. That means that you don't feel that you're good enough. Again, this feeling was purely adopted in our childhood from the people we were growing up with. We got this message that was repeated to us in our childhood, either through words or through actions or lack of action from adults. And we are carrying this belief about ourselves. We are carrying this label about ourselves in our adult life. The good news is we can change this. So it is your job to change this. And then go and find someone who does also believe that you are worthy and good enough and does put you on their list of priorities. How do you do that? Again, working with limiting beliefs is done through most efficient ways that I have experienced are methods that work with our subconscious mind. This is where all the feelings are. So this is hypnotherapy, RTT hypnotherapy, or meditation. So I hope this helped. And the bottom line is, whatever is happening to you, whether someone is messaging you or not, sit and ask yourself, how do I feel about this? And then this is your job. Your job is to work with those feelings and understand why is it that they're there, and that is your job. Because once you do that and once you process those feelings, you feel much better about yourself and you just show up more confident and you have better things coming your way in your life once you believe you deserve them. So I'm wishing you expansion. I'm wishing you to dive into your feelings, feel them and release them. And I wish you all the best. Beautiful day.